everyone, welcome back to CJ Explores. We are Charlotte and Corey, and look where we are. We are in Greece and we're exploring the city of Athens in 24 hours. So we started early today. We want to get up to the Acropolis before it got super hot. It's about 8 AM now. It's already starting to feel a bit warm because we're walking up a hill. But it opens at 8 and the cruise ship passengers arrive at 10. So everywhere I read online to try and get there before 10 o'clock. So that's all we're doing. And we also got a pass, which means we can have like quick access to all the sites. So hopefully we can visit this place before it gets too hot and too crowded.
Now, near the entrance gate to the Acropolis, you have this. This is actually an extension of the hill which the Acropolis, the citadel, sits on. And it is awesome. It is such a good view. It's open 24/7, so you can come up here and enjoy the sunset, the sunrise. It is a local's favorite, apparently. And the views off here are just so stunning.
Yeah, this is amazing. So this is like a little outcrop that you reach just before you go to like the ticket booth, and there's just like little stairs that we saw coming up here. It just seems to be like this lookout location, but it's incredible, especially now early in the morning. We have the sun over there appearing above the Acropolis, and you see the whole of Athens city spread out. It's absolutely huge, actually.
As you can see, the ticket line is pretty big, so luckily we have bought our tickets online last night. We made a little bit of a quick decision. We got this pass where you can get to 6 archaeological sites. It seems like a good combo. If we go to, 2 or 3, then we get our money's worth.
Because we prepaid, we didn't have to queue up to buy the ticket. We could go straight through like the ticket scanner, and already just after 8 when it opened, there's already a bit of a line. So apparently you can get like really big throughout the day, and you can be waiting for like an hour, 2 hours.
So I read online on one of the ticket sites reviews to go to the Parthenon first, because everyone sort of stops, and you can see here everyone's stopping to take a view and check all the other sites as they come in first. We're going to go to the Parthenon because apparently it's quieter first thing. After that we'll explore the rest.
Lots to take in, isn't there? There's just, I don't know, stuff happening. As you can see behind me, there's actually a lot of construction work, but they've still like left some of the area without scaffolding. But yes, they're doing some restoration, I guess. This whole building was actually blown up in a siege in the 1700s, so a lot of it is reconstruction. So now we've made it to the main view, and behind me is the Parthenon. It is obviously kind of, I think, the highlight for most people to come up here to see. As you can see, it is a stunning building. They've got some construction work going on, but everyone's just lining up there, getting their photos. And it's just the view of Athens from up here is amazing. Like, it is quite a magical place. And we're gonna go carry on because there's like a big flagpole and a lot of people there, and I think that's a great lookout spot also. Polaroid developing. We have done another Polaroid. This time we did a selfie one, and the other one was a bit too bright. This one seems cool. I like the selfie ones.
They come out right.
Yeah, I think it's more like fun and personality rather than just standing there as a stranger takes a photo. On the site too, there's people working on like the rocks in the temple. I'm not sure if they're, I don't know, trying to help with the restoration, or they're like as an archaeology team, or I don't know. It's quite cool though, just watching them work. down below me is actually very significant because down there lays the site of the very first theatre in the world. You can still see how the seats curve around the stage, very typical of a theatre area. So that is where drama was born, and thanks to that, I now have Hamilton.
That's exactly
Well, it's very, very busy now. It is 20 to 10 and it is packed. A little bit claustrophobic actually. I think that's why Charlotte is bailing on me.
So this still acts as an actual working theatre, like performance area, big live artists perform here. And you can see that actually they look like, I don't know if they just continue to have it like left like that, like just set up, or they're getting ready to set something up. But I presume all of this is modern, and then I can see like further back, the older area is the original.
So just past the Theatre of Dionysus is the lower path, and that takes you down to the Museum of the Acropolis. And this is where the first theatre in the world was, the one that we could see from up top. And it's a little bit more shaded here. There's a few more trees, so it's a little bit cooler, which is nice. But we're going to take a look at some of the monuments down here now and enjoy this nice cool breeze that we have. It's a bit nicer, isn't it?
And now we're down on the original first theatre in the world that we saw at the top. Yeah, I had actually no idea this was here. But it's quite a remarkable place really, isn't it, to know that this is where drama and like theatre was born. Right here.
What a way to start the day. So we are finished up now at the Acropolis, and yeah, we could have got a tour guide for that. It was an extra 55 euros each to get a personal tour guide, which is quite expensive, so we didn't do that, but we would love to have learned more. There were a lot of tours, and maybe they were by like tour companies or cruise ships or something.
So we just exited by the Theatre of Dionysus, and actually there is an entrance area where the exit area is. That is right near the metro station actually, and it is considered the quieter of the two entrances. You have the main one at the top where we entered, but if you're looking for one which probably has shorter queues, then go to the one by the old theatre. So we have just finished walking around the Acropolis, and we are hot and we are hungry, and we came across this place, a Veganaki. It is all day vegan food and coffee. Perfect. So we're looking for kind of breakfast brunch style food and something nice to cool us down. So I decided to go for the vegan omelette. I thought I'd try it. I've never really had a vegan omelette before. It looks more like a quiche actually. I've got like a big lump of vegan feta there, and like some tomato and a little bit of salad. I'm excited to get stuck in, so I've never had something like this before. And chorizo looks very nice. It does look like a traditional Greek dish. Obviously they've got like vegan kebab sticks rather than your usual meaty kebab. Yeah, I feel like we have found a nice balance between vegan food but also keeping the traditional Greek cuisine. That is flavoured so beautifully. Okay, so behind me is Hadrian's Arch, and if you can see, it perfectly lines up the flag up there, and that's where the Acropolis is, so that's a really cool little lookout. But if you turn around, opposite Hadrian's Gate, we have the Temple of Zeus,
which is not included in our 6 archaeological sites pass, and we are going to go up and around the Acropolis now on the northern side and find something else to explore. So it's kind of chaotic, but it's also really, really cute in these back streets on the north side of the Acropolis. You got to keep an eye out for vehicles, scooters, and trucks. As we walk around the back streets of Athens, I just feel like I'm falling so much for Greece. It's such a a lovely place, and all the food that we've eaten so far is also like suits our diet, and it's very readily available. So I don't know, maybe one day we could live in this country. It's so nice. Okay, so we have made it to the Roman Agora now, and this was constructed between 14 and 11 BC, and it was actually a place of commerce. So this is where a lot of commercial activities would take place, and the layout of the building was just a big sort of rectangle with a courtyard in the middle, with porticos running around the outside where people could trade and make deals with each other. And this was constructed because the ancient agora's needs actually outgrew its size. After a while, the commercial activities that needed to be conducted there, they couldn't be conducted there anymore because of those restrictions. And so they built this, the Roman Agora.
This cafe is very cute. We have to go have a look. Yes, we're in this very cute cafe, and we've ordered 2 lemonades, homemade lemonades, and it's very delicious and refreshing.
The sign got us on the way in, didn't it?
It was very inviting, the sign. Come in and try our fresh lemonade. Okay.
Wow, that was very needed. It is so hot today in Athens. We definitely needed to take a pit stop there, and that was a lovely little cafe. Right next to us is actually the ancient Agora, and there's a lot of sites in here, a few different temples, churches.
We have now come to the ancient Agora, and like the previous one that we visited, this was like a big commercial area, but it's also like the main hub of life for Athenian people. Everything within the daily life occurred here in the Agora, so theatrical stuff, political stuff, commercial stuff, and it was like the start of democracy, I guess, was formed from this area, the Agoras. I really like this spot. Here you kind of can sense, feel, imagine what it used to look like. You know, you got the Acropolis up there, you have this beautiful temple up there, and I think because we have still the trees and the bushes around us, I don't know, and we can hear
Cicadas?
Yeah, the cicadas. I don't know, I just found this place really beautiful.
We're at the Temple of Hephaestus now, and there are so many stories and myths about the Greek gods. Could go on for hours. I've just finished reading, listening to on an audiobook, Stephen Fry's Mythos, and it's like a 15-16 hour book to get through. There's so many things, but to cut it short, this one here is to Hephaestus, who was a craftsman, a blacksmith, and that Greek god actually made some armor for Hermes and Achilles.
Near to the Hephaestus temple, there's this wonderful lookout, and it actually has a map, and it shows you how the ancient Agora would have looked like in the past. But I have to say, I think that the ancient Agora is probably one of my favorite spots I've visited so far today in Athens. It's just really beautiful here. There's loads of nice shady spots, and there's just all these beautiful, but like that temple is just so stunning.
I was just about to fumble out that it's amazing to see like they had such civilized society, but it's not true. I think, you know, it makes sense. We had to start from somewhere, and as Charlotte said earlier, Athens is the birthplace of democracy. So all of these buildings were like civic offices and like places where, you know, like law and trials and all of this stuff was sort of like happening such a long time ago. Yeah, it's incredible, but it also makes sense. So if you go to visit the Stoa of Attalos, This is the most renovated building here. I think it's actually a replica, like rebuilt in the style that it would have been at the time. Make sure you go upstairs because the view from up top is actually really good. You can see sort of like basically the opposite view to what we had at the Temple of Hephaestus. Looking back over, and you can also see up to some of the mountains and the hills around Athens, which is really cool. But they have some more sort of statues and a little bit more information up there, as well as something that I found really cool was these like scale models of the buildings of the Acropolis and also this area down here as well, this ancient Agora. So if you want to get an idea of what the place looked like when it was thriving and at its most developed state, then that is a place to go at the top of the Stoa of Attalos.
Corey's come across a little juice place. What was this one? Carrot, orange, just orange juice. Just orange. Jesus Christ, how many oranges you having today, boy? Vitamin C levels topped up today.
So we just passed through this little Athens like flea market kind of space. It's a lot cooler in there, like it's very narrow street, and they've got these awnings that just hang out over, and you're very well protected from the sun in there, and there's a good tunnel of breeze coming through. Lots of cool little bits and pieces to buy if you want like a souvenir or a little piece of little memento from your time here in Athens.
Yeah, I like it. Loads of things to just make you look, isn't there?
Lots to look at. If there's anything I've noticed about Greeks, it's that they love to be involved in society. They, even like the shop owners and the people who are manning the shops, they just kind of sit out right in the middle of the streets, and all the restaurants and cafes are much like that as well. It's like there's so many opportunities for social interaction here, and I just love that about the society.
So we're staying quite central here in Athens, in Plaka, which is a great location. But our hotel room is at the very top. There's no lift. And this hotel has this nice like roof terrace area, which is right next to our hotel room, so that's really nice. We have just popped into a lovely organic store actually. The organic supermarkets in Athens are so nice and the people are so friendly. We had to get some citronella oil because there's been a few mosquitoes around. We've had a couple of bites. They said it's probably because of the change of seasons. We're going from summer into autumn and it's a bit more humid. Yeah, but we're noticing that in the evenings when it starts to get, into dusk, we start to get little itchy bites. So we have got some spray. They're so lovely. They gave me all these like organic hair masks too. Pamper session.
We have come to The Artist. It is a rooftop bar. We heard it's a good one, so we are here to check it out. Tricked you.
You tricked me. I thought we went to the hotels and I'm in a rooftop bar.
A sangria, it's with red wine, and I have a cinnamon quill in there and some mint. Oh, that's delicious. It's really sweet, juicy.
I'm not even hungry, but Corey got some fries.
Classic. Well, that was lovely. I really enjoyed that. A great little rooftop bar. There are many of them in Athens, so if this is something you're into, have a quick search for rooftop bars and you'll find heaps to choose from. Some with even a better view of the Acropolis. Where are we?
Hadrian's Wall.
No.
No, Hadrian's Library.
The library.
Woo! It's the last place we had on our ticket, and we thought we'd try and squeeze in a visit. We're actually leaving.
We're right down in the Plucker, so it's fairly central, this spot. And like most spots, you can see the Acropolis up in the distance there, which is always cool to see.
Well, we have had an amazing day in Athens. We have absolutely loved it here. Honestly, it has surpassed all expectations. We cannot recommend it enough. If you like this video, please press like and subscribe onto this channel. And if you want to see more of Greece, maybe you want to come along for the journey, because we are about to go island hopping. See you there.